Hello. Hi. I'm Paul Cavalconte. Kidding, but it's radio, so I thought I might get away with it. But we don't sound alike. I'm Jennifer. I work here in the Greene Space. Welcome. Who's been in the Greene Space before? Okay, so the rest of you are new? Yeah. What took you so long? What's going on? Well, welcome. I'm so glad you're here for this show tonight. It's one of our last shows of the year. We've only got 2 more. Tomorrow night, Thorgy Thor is going to be here with her recurring variety show, a mix of classical music, comedy, and lots more. And then we've got the WNYC recipe swap on Thursday night. So if you love what you see tonight and you just don't have anything else going on this week, come on back. But we'll hope to see you in the new year. I don't need a commitment to see you twice a week or 3 times a week. We can start slow. I want to take it slow. My therapist told me to say that, but I feel it. I do. If you haven't already silenced your phone, this is the perfect time for that. And is anyone here a member of WQXR or WNYC? Yeah. Wow. Okay. I think there's overlap with the previous Greene Space visitors. So those of you who are new, if you don't know, we're part of New York Public Radio. So that's WNYC, WQXR, a lot of the podcasts you might listen to, concerts like this in the Greene Space. Everything that we do is supported by you. Our biggest source of funding for everything is our members, our listeners. So thank you all. Thank you to Steinway for this beautiful piano. And that is all the thanks that everyone's getting until you thank Paul for being here. Now, Paul is profound. He is profoundly delightful. He's the host of New Standards and so much more. And he's going to tell you all about what else to expect tonight for this concert and radio show. So let's give it up for Paul Cavalconte.
My instrument. It's the only one I play. But they've given me a beauty here, and I gotta tell you, I think that this is the actual RCA 77 microphone and mic flag that is in a photo that we have framed at WNYC upstairs of a winsome Frank Sinatra, and he's wearing this blazer that has the lapels cut off because they had hipsters back then too, you know. And this is like 1940s Frank, and it's this, you know, this is the thing that you see in the famous photograph of Mayor LaGuardia reading the funny papers during the newspaper strike. I mention these things because WNYC will be 100 years old next July. And so it's very soulful, honestly, for me to be the host of a program that connects the musical story of the 20th century as we continue to tell the ongoing story of our lives today in the 21st. It's a privilege to be able to curate this music on New Standards on WNYC, and also the New Standards stream that I hope that you have a little click for from time to time when I'm not on a Saturday night. The music plays 24/7 in that online stream as well. So we're going to bring our musicians out. This will be on the radio this coming Saturday. So sort of like show cold open is going to happen in a moment. I'll give you the cue, give me a lot of whooping and hollering, and I'll bring on this fantastic evening of music that I'm so proud to be able to present. So we'll just do a 3, 2, I have to edit this later, 1, and... Welcome to the Jerome L. Greene Space, downstairs from WNYC's New York studios. I'm Paul Cavalconte. This is our 2nd annual New Standards Holiday Show, and it's my pleasure to bring to the Greene Space stage Veronica Swift.
Happy holidays, everybody! Oh, I am what I am. I am my own special special creation. So come, take a look. Give me the hook or the ovation. It's my life that I want to have a little pride in. My life, and it's not a place I have to hide in. Your life is a sham till you can say, hey world, I am what I am. Oh, I am what I am. I don't want praise, I don't want pity. I bang my own drum. Some think it's noise, some think it's pretty. And so what if I love each marble and each bangle? Why not try to see things from a different angle? Your life ain't worth a damn till you can say, hey world, I am what I am. Bo-bo-ba-doo-boo-bee, bo-bo-ba-doo-dee-bop, bo-bo-ba-da-dee-dee-dee-dee-ba-dee-ba-dee-bee. Thank you so much. Give it up for this incredible trio. That's Matisse Picard on the piano. Joe from Grenoble, France. Yes, and then on the bass we have an old friend of mine, but this is actually our first time getting to actually play together. So this is a wonderful chance for me to introduce you to Stanley Rubenov on the bass. And then also on drums, playing with me. We've never played together before this night. Maybe jam sessions here and there. That's the thing about New York. But I'm so glad to get to finally play with him. More to come. This is Joe Perry on the drums. Thank you. That was a song from my recent album that just came out about a few months ago, self-titled. Here we are, here I am, that's me. And I am what I am, so... of course, the song from Le Cage aux Folles, I did not perform it in drag tonight, but of course that musical is all about, you know, taking your life for what's yours and taking what's yours and being yourself unapologetically, and I think that's going to be the mission going into the next year for me. I don't know about you guys, but it's very hard to be yourself, you know? And so this is a time of year especially that I like to reminisce and think about how I can do better next year. And we'd like to do another song from that album along with that theme. But this is, of course, a Duke Ellington song that I know you'll know. Speaking of standards, this is Do Nothing Till You Hear From Me. someone new. But tell me, honey, does that mean I've been untrue? Oh, baby, when we're apart, you know all these words in my heart. Oh, reveal how I feel about you. Some kiss may cloud my memory, and other arms may hold a thrill. Some kiss may cloud my memory, and other arms may hold a thrill. But do nothing till you hear from me. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. And you never will, yeah. Yeah, Joe. Matisse Picard, Stanley Rubinov, and Joe Perry on the drums. Thank you so much.
Veronica Swift. Did you say Joe Perry on the drums?
Yes.
So Aerosmith too. You do everything.
This is actually the first Joe Perry I knew.
Okay.
This is for me, the first.
We got Janice is here tonight, Bette Midler, they're all here. All of the influences that you absorbed like a sponge, Veronica Swift, growing up in a musical family. We should give some credit where credit is due.
Absolutely. My father, who was the great late in that order, Howard O'Brien, great bebop piano player who was, thank you, yeah, he was in New York City in the late 50s, playing with Art Farmer, Oscar Pettiford, Chet Baker, and that was the heritage, my family heritage, right? That's for me like the lineage of bebop music, and of course my mother, who she met my father in the 80s when she came to New York to work on Wall Street. And sorry, Mom, I'm telling your story for you, but she's here tonight. Great singer Stephanie Nicasian. So she's my mom, sharing the holidays. So I'm so blessed that she's here tonight, and glad to see her in the holidays, everybody here, and here to support my mom while she gigs in New York this week.
Yeah, where is that happening?
Oh, great.
Let's plug.
She's like, what? Chelsea Table and Stage tomorrow night.
Amazing.
Okay. We'll be going.
So you've heard Stephanie's recordings on New Standards on WNYC, and you've consistently heard Veronica's. I'm very proud to say we supported you from those early days. But,
thank you.
But what's happened is a really kind of a rolling story where you have, as I just mentioned, brought so many of your influences in, and they're not mashups. I mean, if you listen to the new self-titled album, you'll hear a snatch of this and a bit of that, and references, like in the first song that we heard. You went from bebop to Baroque. And that tells your musical story, because you're a little bit classical, a little bit bebop jazz.
Baroque music. My mom used to play that for me when I was a little kid, a little baby, whatever, going to sleep. But as I got to be like 5 or 6, I wasn't going to sleep listening to that music. I mean, I know we can all agree on stage that we know what that feels like when you just get so into something, like, what is happening musically here? And so what drew me to Baroque music was how all the voices would come in and out, weave in and out of each other, like characters too. Like you see the narrative in a way, but also how Bach would go from key to key and transpose, or he would go from different keys and then coming back to the original key. Like that kind of stuff, just I love that. So
those classical cats are tricky. I speak from experience. Veronica, you have chosen what I would like to think is an unconventional holiday song to do for us next, but it's a warm...
You know me at this point. You know me at this point.
Listen, if she could make Queen and Mascagni or Puccini or... Thank you. I failed on 3 of them. Tell us about that mashup. What Queen song and what
yes.
famous aria
Well,
do you put together?
We didn't put that together tonight for you, but we played it on your beautiful show.
And it's on the new album.
Yes, it's called The Show Must Go On. That song was actually a Queen song, The Show Must Go On, that I made the verse, just the first verse, going into the Pagliacci aria, Vesti la Giubba, Ridi Pagliaccio, that one. And Nat King Cole did an arrangement of that with his trio. So you're seeing the threads connected through time, and that's what I love more than anything. It's not just doing mashups, it's actually connecting music through hundreds of years of history in one place.
All right, well, we're going to connect to one of your childhood favorites, a holiday tune that's off the beaten track, Veronica Swift.
Absolutely. You guys, whatever you want. This is a song called Some Children See Him. Some children see him lily white, the baby Jesus born tonight. Some children see him lily white, with tresses soft and fair. Some children see him bronzed and brown, the Lord of heaven to earth come down. Some children see him bronzed and brown, with dark and heavy hair. Some children see him almond-eyed, the Savior whom we kneel beside. Some children see him almond-eyed, with skin of golden hue. Some children see him dark as they, sweet Mary's Son, to whom we pray. Some children see him dark as they, and oh, they love him too. Some children in each different place will see the baby Jesus' face like theirs, but bright and with heavenly grace, and filled with holy light. Oh, lay aside each earthly thing, and with thy love as offering, come worship now the infant King. 'Tis love that's born Matisse Picard. What a beautiful rendition, Matisse. Thank you. I mean, I gave him music with no chords on it and said, just play whatever you want. that's how incredible he is. And Matisse is one of those rare musicians that you come across in your life where they embody all of these genres so authentically. With it's just who they are. It's not like I mean, of course, we all studied music, but like he didn't just study it. He is that music. So it's really, really great. But you'll get to hear more from him later. But speaking of another dear friend, everyone on stage here tonight, and of course Paul and my mother, there's so many dear friends in the room tonight. One friend in particular who you're about to hear from next is somebody that how we met was, I must have been about 13 or 14 when I met Benny. He was at the Telluride Jazz All-Star Band, which was you ever hear about the Telluride Jazz Festival in Colorado? When I was a little kid, I was singing in this youth jazz band that's I started out in called the Young Rascals Jazz Project. A lot of famous musicians came through that group, and we would go to Telluride every summer and record an album and tour. And when I was about 12 or 13, Benny was in the high school group. So I was looking at these older but still like young musicians, like, oh, that's what I want to do next. And I heard Benny playing trumpet and just thought he was so dynamo. And then, of course, he came to New York and took New York by storm and has been kind of running a lot of the great jams in town ever since, and has his own brilliant career as a frontman and singer. And he's just blossomed into such a wonderful, beautiful person and musician. And I'm so glad I get to share the stage with him tonight. Please welcome to the stage, Benny Benack III.
The check is in the mail already. Thank you for that introduction, Veronica. I couldn't have said it better myself, folks. So happy to be here, and we're having a blast. We got a lot of more musical tricks up our sleeve, but given that the theme of this production here with Paul is all about standards on my most recent album that came out a little earlier this year, I had a couple of songs that I would sort of categorize more in the modern Great American Songbook sort of chapter. So sort of an extension of Tin Pan Alley and all of these great composers that wrote the music of all these great musicals. And we're going to do a couple songs now that are arrangements from my album. The first, most folks would know it as a big hit for Tom Jones, but as a millennial, I discovered this song through the majesty of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Will Smith. So we're going to open up with the song affectionately known as the Carlton Dance, It's Not Unusual by Tom Jones. And following that, we're going to do a song by another one of my favorite songwriters, composers who passed away, sadly, a little bit earlier this year. Of course, the great Burt Bacharach, one of my favorites. And yes, give it up for Burt Bacharach, of course. And once again, I discovered him in a very 90s fashion because when I saw the first seminal Mike Myers film, Austin Powers, The International Man of Mystery, there's this regal, stately gentleman on top of a double-decker bus playing piano, playing What the World Needs Now is Love, Sweet Love. And I was watching that movie, definitely too young to be seeing it in theaters, but seeing it anyway. And I was like, who's that gentleman? Who's that chap on top of the bus? And so we're going to do a little bit of Tom Jones, followed by I'll Never Fall in Love Again by Burt Bacharach. Also a little nod to Ahmed Jamal, a fellow Pittsburgher, right? It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. It's not unusual to have fun with anyone. But when I see you hanging about with anyone, it's not unusual to see me cry or I wanna die. It's not unusual to go out at any time. But when I see you out and about, it's such a crime. If you should ever want to be loved by anyone, it's not unusual, it happens every day. Oh, no matter what you say, you'll find it happens all the time. Love will never do what you want it to. Why can't this crazy love be mine? Matisse Picard on the piano. Ship dip da 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 da, shoot it little oh oh la da 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 da, shoot do whip up put it up, ship boo whip, ship did it up, whoa oh 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 oh, shoot did it up, shoot boo boo we are, shop boo ba doo ba doo dee dee, shop boo ba boo ba doo bed, shoot be ba da ba da da, oh ya da ba dum dee ba da da. Sha-doo-doo, oh, 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 la da 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 da, shoo-dee, oh, oh, oh. It happens every day, no matter what you say. You'll find it happens all the time. Love will never do what you want it to. Why can't this crazy love be mine? It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. It's not unusual to have fun with anyone. But when I see you hanging about with anyone, it's not unusual to find out I'm in love with you. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love. Oh, I'm in love, 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 I'm in love with you. La da 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 la. La da da. La da. To find out I'm in love with you. Muchas gracias. Thank you. I just got back from Buenos Aires, and I was very used to saying, muchas gracias, gracias por venir. And that's the only thing I knew how to say in Spanish, but I was really good for the first 10 seconds every night in Buenos Aires. So now on to a little bit of Burt Bacharach, and I made mention of it briefly at the beginning of that song. We sort of mashed it together with a little bit of Ahmed Jamal's Poinciana. Ahmed Jamal, who also passed away a little bit earlier this year, but is a Pittsburgher, which is very near and dear to my heart, being that it is my hometown. And for my arrangement here of Burt Bacharach, we also did a bit of a mashup with Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers and their version of Pensativa, a Claire Fisher song. So I can't help but throw in my little Pittsburgh Easter eggs every chance we can get. So see if you dig this one. Count us in. Play that pickup. What do you get when you fall in love? A girl with a pin to burst your bubble. That's what you get for all your trouble. I'll never fall in love again. Ooh, I'll never fall in love again. Shoo-doo, bing, 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 boom. But baby, what do you get when you fall in love? You catch enough germs to get pneumonia. Then when you do that, Veronica Swift, she'll never phone ya. I'll never fall in love again. Oh, I'll never fall in love again. No, 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 don't tell me what it's all about. 'Cause I've been down and I've sure been out of those chains that bind you. That is why I'm here to remind you. Shouldn't be boo-doo, screw you out. What do you get when you fall in love? Nothing but lies and pain and sorrow. So for at least until tomorrow, I'll never fall in love again. Oh, I'll never fall in love again. How about it for Matisse and Stanley Rubinoff? Don't tell me what it's all about, 'cause I've been down and I've been out of those chains that bind you. That is why I'm here to remind you. Shootin' boop boo doo, feel you out. What do you get when you fall in love? Nothing but lies and pain and sorrow. So for at least until tomorrow, I'll never fall in love again. Oh, I'll never fall in love again. Joe Perry on drums is gonna solo now. Bow, 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 bow. Well, baby, now, bow, 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 bow. Oh, bow, bow, bow. Bing, bing, bing. How about it for Joe Perry?
Benny Benack III. Amazing. Scatting.
You know, you can make me follow Veronica Swift, man. That's a tall order. I can't just roll over when I get up here.
Scatting with the drums. That's what Inagata Davida needed. About 14 minutes into
Yeah,
it.
exactly, exactly.
We've been making a lot of cross references to different kinds of music, and your mashups are so perfectly anchored in the world of jazz. Veronica borrows things from other corners of the pop world. She's kind of pushed the envelope doing a jazz version of a Nine Inch Nails song. It's true, it's on the album. But Betty, in your misspent youth, did you have a similar reach out to other kinds of music before you landed in the jazz alley?
Well, very similar story to Veronica in that I come from generations of the music. My father, Benny Benack Jr., also a jazz saxophonist back in Pittsburgh. His father, Benny Benack Sr., was a very prominent jazz trumpet player, so that's kind of where the horn playing comes from. And then my mother, much like Stephanie that's here this evening, is also a vocalist and teaches voice at Carnegie Mellon. So I was getting the theater and the standards from the songbook from Mom, and then Dad, I kind of got all the horn playing. So I definitely grew up around this music, and I would say I started at jazz and branched out from there. But I think you hit the nail on the head that with this generation, I call us like the YouTube generation, because when I talk to jazz luminaries and my heroes that are now, you know, octogenarians, they say, well, when I was growing up, we had 3 records at the house. So I just learned every note that Oscar Peterson played on that album with Clark Terry, because that was the record that we had. And, that worked for Houston Person, or that worked for someone of that generation. But all of us grew up where in the same thread where you see Anita O'Day at the Monterey Jazz Festival, the next thing that comes up might be death metal. And the next song that comes up after that might be world music and then hip hop. I mean, Matisse, we're going to hear a piece from him a little bit later. The record that he just put out fuses together all these different elements of music. But even when it's Nine Inch Nails, like you said with Veronica, it's like all of the genres are present at all times, which I think is cool.
And I'll tell you, from my side of the microphone and the radio perspective, we are in a tender place, because the original audiences that knew this music when it was new are, shall we say, taking their final bow as the generations roll on. So it's getting to a point where if you choose to immerse yourself in the music of another time, it is a choice. It's not about nostalgia. It's about discovery. And that works, in equal directions. There are so many great new artists creating new things, and there is a long road to explore. And thank you for being young curators of that long road that reaches back.
Cheers, cheers. Thank you, Paul.
It is holiday time. Benny has prepared, as Veronica did, one that's not, one of the usual suspects, a really interesting and thoughtful and probing holiday song. Can you tell us who wrote it?
Yeah, exactly. In a very similar vein, I wrote a song about my girlfriend that is cheating on me with Santa Claus.
So you wrote this?
Yes. Yeah,
and this is a true story?
Absolutely, that's
All right, we'll leave it at that. Benny
right.
Benack III.
Thank you, Paul. Yes. My girlfriend is an elf. This one is out on my Christmas album that I'll be selling after the show. It's a big band record with another one of our dear friends, Mr. Stephen Feifke, won a Grammy for his big band album last year, and this one didn't win a Grammy, but I think you'll enjoy it nonetheless. All throughout the summertime, my girlfriend is the best. She spends all her time with me. We barely ever rest. But when the season turns to snow, my girl I cannot find. I ask myself, where did she go? Now the answer's on my mind. I think my girlfriend is an elf. I know I shouldn't pry, but I just can't help myself. I'm a curious guy. Every year when the season turns to snow, I stop and ask myself, where did my pretty baby go? I think my girlfriend is an elf, working for Santa Claus this year. I think my girlfriend is a sprite. Whenever it's December, she leaves my bed at night and swears she don't remember. Just the other day, I found a hat under the bed. It had a puffy ball on top and it was colored red. I think my girlfriend is an elf, working for Santa Claus this year. Well, every year on Christmas Eve, my girl just disappears. And you know, to think of it, she's got some pretty big ears. I think my girlfriend is an imp. It sickens me to know. I think that Santa is her pimp. But boy, I love her so. Even though my baby's barely 4 foot 3, she's always on the naughty list. And girl, it's just for me. I think my girlfriend is an elf, working for Santa Claus this year. Go to work, Matisse Picard on the piano. Pride of Mahwah, New Jersey, Joe Perry. Every year on Christmas Eve, my girl, she just up and disappears. But you know, to think of it, she's got some pretty big ears. I think my girlfriend is an elf. I know I shouldn't pry, but I just can't help myself. I'm a curious guy. Every year when the season turns to snow, I stop and ask myself, where did my pretty baby go? I think my girlfriend is an elf, working for old Saint Nick this year. I said she's working for Santa. My girlfriend is an elf, working for Santa Claus this year. Oh. Well.
Benny Benack III.
Thank you.
Benny Benack III, I rest my case. Thank you, sir. Beautiful, beautiful. And they didn't realize what they were in for tonight, but we've got the hardest working ad hoc trio in show business, and thank you so much for being here this evening, Matisse Picard. We had a whole strategy session to get people to remember you, and it's more than just the incredible featherlight touch piano playing. Here's the breakdown of the name. So it's pronounced like the painter, it's spelled like the singer, Mathis, And then Picard, we don't have a problem with that because that's the guy who brought us to space, the final frontier, but without the overacting that the previous holder of that gig, but I won't do any more Shatner. You, on the other hand, maybe we'll do a little bit of Fat Swaller.
Yes, I'd love that.
This is a great choice. He's gonna turn the beat around, I think, or at least squeeze a little more into the measures than we expect.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna stretch it out a little bit.
All right.
So not so much squeezing, but just.
Sounds like fun. Matisse Picard, you're in good hands. New Standards Holiday Show on WNYC. Matisse. Oh man, that was so cool. Once again, I'll give you the honor of doing the honors. Our fantastic bass and drummer. Please introduce them.
Yes, please give it up for Mr. Stanley Rubanov on the bass. Monsieur Joe Perry on the drums. And of course, our fabulous leaders, Ms. Veronica Swift and Mr. Benny Benak.
It shouldn't surprise you that they have not only been friends and have done gigs together, but they have recorded together, and they're going to demonstrate how that went in a moment.
Well, do you want to tell the story about this one, Benny? Because this was your part of your record that came out.
Yeah, sure. This was, I like to call it becoming jazz viral, because it's a very relative term. Like, viral in our little 1% share of the music space is very different than like Taylor Swift's numbers on YouTube. But I am quite proud in my humble little jazz virality, and of course, I take zero credit. It's all because Veronica was nice enough to lend her talents to this duet version of an old bebop tune, so both very much grounded in our roots. It's a G.G. Grice tune, probably one that your dad and my dad would have played, and it's entitled Social Call, and we did it as a duet on my album A Lot of Living to Do that came out in January of 2020. Not the greatest time to release an album, but again, through the wonders of YouTube and really streaming, this song sort of caught fire, and it's been cool even now, a couple years later. Every day I'll wake up on Instagram and someone in Colombia is recorded it and learned Veronica's vocalese and is singing it, and it kind of has taken on new life.
Right, and whenever I meet young up-and-coming and students and singers, they're always saying, I discovered you through your Social Call with Benny. So it's really such a kick, no matter where I go in the world, that Benny's always with me like that. And we never get to do this together, so this is very rare for singers to join each other on stage. I mean, I wish it would happen more often, because there's so many great singers out there, and we're all friends, but we never get to play together, so this is so rare, and I'm just so happy to be here with you guys in this wonderful holiday, and coming back to my roots in New York. I live in Los Angeles now, but I was, of course, singing in Birdland every week here in New York. This is my home, so I'm very grateful to be here and share this stage and be here with you guys. Thank you. And thank you, Paul Cavalconte, for bringing music and young artists to you guys. May that music continue. Yeah, this is Social Call.
Happened to pass your doorway, gave you a buzz, that's all. Not that I'm lonesome without you, I just thought I'd pay a social call.
Do you recall the old days? We used to have a ball.
Not that I'm lonesome without you, I just thought I'd pay a social call.
I'd call and say things are just swell, but to tell the truth, I haven't been so well. And if you should try to kiss me, I promise that I won't stall.
Maybe we'll get back together, starting from this inside a simple social call. Do you remember all the good times that we had, Veronica? I'll never forget, you've got the greatest smile in the world. Oh, my sugar plum fairy, don't hold a grudge. I simply had to say hello once more. So am I insane, or do I really see a world where you and I could be together forever? Wait, buttercup, don't slam the door in my face, unless you really want to spill my heart all over the place. Well, I guess already it's been a long time doing out like this. I'm trying to break my habit of you. But since we're back together, I suppose that we should try to start anew. Dear, what do you say? Oh, I can't take it. My heart is breaking. I'm laying it on the line. If you can find it in your mind that there is just a little itsy chance that you might miss me, let's give it a whirl.
Benny, we played this game 1,000 million times. I should throw your heart in jail for all of its crimes. You say that you love me and I think that it's true. Then why should I just sit at home waiting for you? When we're together, it's always stormy weather, and I really feel like sitting on a beach with you out of reach. Whenever you smirk, I get weak in the knees. But if you're a jerk, I'll tune out all of your pleas. Well, I suppose just one drink couldn't hurt, but just one, nothing more. I'm on to all of your tricks, boy. If you slip up, I'll show you the door. I must be crazy 'cause I'm coming around. But if you do me wrong, I'll throw you out of this town. I suppose I could give you just one chance now to prove you're the man for me, to love me every day and never break my heart ever again.
Shoo-ba-doo-ba-beep-boop-wee-dee-dee. Shoo-ba-doo-ba-oop-doo-ba-oop-dee. Ow.
Shabba-boo-ba-doo-ba-boo-wee-dee-boo-ba-dee-ba-doo-dee-dee-ah.
Shoom-doo-dee-up, shoom-doo-dee-dow. Shoo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Wow.
I'd call and say, oh, things are just swell. But to tell the truth, I haven't been so well.
And if you should try to kiss me, I promise that I won't stall.
Maybe we'll get back together,
Starting from this inside. Simple social call. Oh, Veronica Swift.
Thank you, Benny Benek III. Thank you so much.
We never get to do that. I love that.
Man, I'm in bebop heaven. See, I know Paul has been dropping little Easter eggs here, mentioning that we come from all these different genres, but at the heart of it all, the root of it all is bebop for me and Benny, and of course all of us on stage. That is in our deepest and rooted in our hearts. And one of my favorite songs, actually, from growing up, my mom was also a radio DJ as well at UVA. And where she teaches voice, and she had this amazing radio show and songs from all corners of the universe picked out. But one of my particular favorites was Billie Holiday's version of "I've Got My Love to Keep Me Warm," of course. And so we'd like to do that for you now to close out this wonderful evening. But before we do, I just want to say thank you to this amazing band on drums, Joe Perry. And on bass from Seattle, Washington. But we have actually an interesting mix here because my mom, Nakassian, she's Armenian. And when I met Stan Rubinoff, I was like, oh, you must be Russian. And he's like, no, you are Ukrainian? Your dad's half Armenian, though. So he's got Armenian and Russian in his blood and everything. It's just amazing. Like, it's such a cool mix.
Duh.
And he's as jazzy as Stanley Rubinoff on the bass. And then Matisse over here. You guys have already fallen in love. I can see. So yeah, this is Matisse Picard on the piano.
Bro, what's the name of your new record that just came out? What's the name of the record?
Heat of the Moment.
Boom.
Heat of the Moment is out now. Did you bring it with you?
There's no copies. It's all on the interweb.
So you'll have to go into the interweb.
I guess if you wanted to buy something, I mean, I have some copies of mine.
Oh, yeah.
Here. I don't know.
Well, Benny and I are very friendly. We promise. We know we're crazy and everything. But we don't bite, though. So I'd love to meet and shake hands and say happy holidays to a bunch of you at the lobby afterwards. Benny and I will be out there signing and saying hello. So don't be shy. Come up. And thank you, Paul Cavalconte, WNYC,
Paul,
for having us. Happiest of holidays to you and the radio show, everybody. Thank you for all who are tuning in tonight. We're going to take you home. Stay warm out there. And of course, for those of my friends in LA, you're already warm. So this song is not for you. No. This is I've Got My Love to Keep Me Warm. The snow is snowing, hopefully not yet. The wind is blowing, but I can't weather the storm. What do I care how much it may storm? I've got my love to keep me warm.
Well, I can't remember. Actually, a more mild December. Just watch those icicles fall. What do I care if icicles form? Well, I've got my love to keep me warm.
Oh, up with my overcoat, up with my gloves. I need no overcoat. I'm burning with love.
Well, my heart's on fire. The flame grows higher. So I'm gonna weather that storm. Tell them, V.
What do I care how much it may storm?
I've got my love to keep me warm.
Come on, Benny.
December. Just watch those icicles fall. What do I care if those icicles fall? Well, I've got my love to keep me warm.
Off with my overcoat, off with my gloves. I need no overcoat. I'm burning with love.
My heart's on fire. The flame grows higher. So we're gonna weather the storm.
What do I care how much it may storm?
Not a bit. I've got my love to keep me. I've got my love to keep me. I've got my love to keep
Happy holidays, New York City. I'm Veronica Swift. Benny Benack III. Good night. Woo.
Benny Benack III, Veronica Swift, Matisse Picard, Joe Perry, Stan Rubinovsky, and you. Thank you for coming to the Jerome L. Greene Space tonight. Thank you for listening to the second annual New Standards Holiday Show over 93.9 FM, WNYC in New York. Oh, and one more thing. It's Christmas. Let's go out singing. And you're invited to warble along. Let's see where this goes.
You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Come on, man.
Well, he's making that list, checking it twice. Gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Oh, he sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake.
He knows when you've been bad or
That's
good.
right, that's
so
right.
be good for goodness sake. That was him, not me.
You better watch out.
Watch out.
You better not cry.
Don't pout.
You better not pout. I'm telling you why.
Santa Claus is coming. Santa Claus is coming. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Merry Christmas.
Coming down the chimney.
Till next year, New York